And we're back. After I just had my storage full, so the video I was recording stopped about 4 minutes in. So that's just something we've got to accept. And I was really happy with how that video is going. But we shall move forwards. I was talking about how I was happy with how the video before that one had gone. I feel as though I'm beginning to dive deeper into my experience. It's as though I've put in the effort to gain the confidence throughout the first handful of videos I've made. And now we're getting into a place that required more confidence. It's like the next step. And it's a step, I was going to say it's a step downwards, but not in a negative sense. It's a step downwards into complexity. I'm no longer just sharing my struggle in creating these videos. I'm sharing who I am in regards to the complexity at which I experience the world, at which I experience myself and others, interactions, thoughts, feelings. And that's sort of the idea I wanted to go into with this video. It's this idea of when you perceive the world with such complexity, your experience of self is just as complex. Your emotional experience is just as complex. Your thoughts are just as complex. And there's different aspects to this complexity. There are... What is that? You got a bee. Got a bee. At least I think it's a bee. There are multiple aspects to this complexity. It's like, let's not get into that yet. I think to get back to my main point, it's the struggle of, or let's just say the reality of not being able to experience yourself in others due to the lack of complexity and nuance. I don't think I did a good job at describing that. That doesn't do it justice. It doesn't do it justice. It's as though if you know me, you come across me, you hear me speak, you watch me do things, and sometimes you'll be like, what is this person doing? Or what did they just say? There's this experience of things I do not making sense to people. And the reason I'm saying this is because one of the challenging aspects of my life is having people respond to me in a way as though it tells me that they perceive me as not understanding something. It feels very patronizing. It's a reflection of them seeing me do something that makes no sense to them. It gives them the impression that I'm not understanding something, or that what I am doing isn't the best way. And through time, it creates this judgment, let's say objective judgment. It's just, okay, well, that's who that person is. And I've seen them do all these things that make absolutely no sense, so this is my experience of them and this is my view of them. And I feel as though I'm not doing this justice. And this is a response to, maybe this is a great video. This is something I would have been really scared to post in the past. And what I'm speaking about is, when I say that, is the responses I would get in the past when trying to explain this experience to others. I had received the same exact response, as if my judgment and my perception of what I'm experiencing and the painfulness of it and wasn't accurate. There was something wrong with what I was perceiving, and it's because these people were unaware that they were unaware of the way I experience the world, and that it's so different than, in my experience, the majority of people. It's like I've had experiences at jobs where someone will sort of give you vague instructions about something to do, and well, before I go into that, let's just say for me, it's like complex is simple for me, and simple is complex. And what I mean by that is, if I get instructions that are extremely simple, I have so many questions that I'm required to ask in order for me to understand what it is you are wanting to communicate with me. Because I can create so many possibilities of what you're trying to tell me. And so my questions are sort of zeroing in on exactly what you want to communicate. And I've had experiences where I get treated as though I'm really slow-minded because of this. And it's just sort of I got used to this type of injustice because it's actually the complete opposite. Um, wow, you know what? We're at 10:54. I'm sort of getting a little emotional in this moment. And I'm actually really happy with how this video is going, how this channel is going, because I'm feeling as though it's like, you know what? In going into all of this, in sharing the complexity of my mind, and sort of doing it to no one in specific, in such a way that I'm not forced to defend what I'm saying in the moment. It's like I'm finding comfort and I'm experiencing the possibility of people actually being able to understand what it is I'm saying about what it is I've experienced throughout my life. To not just have the experience of being gaslit into this person who can't think rationally and who needs to be patronized, whatever. When the truth is, I'm understanding so much. And when I try to assert my reality, if I do, it's as though I have the experience of being treated as though I'm someone who has to be right all the time. When the truth is, that's actually the complete opposite of who I am. It's the complete opposite of who I am. In this moment, over the past minute or two, what I've started talking about, I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, okay, now we're getting into stuff where I'm sharing these ideas, and it's like, I sort of want to explain more, but I don't have time, and I think I'm at peace with that. I'm at peace with that. My channel is a collection of who I am and what I've experienced and how I'm changing and what is going to be possible for me in the future. And it doesn't matter if someone watches a video and gets a wrong impression of who I am because of something I share about myself. I'm perceiving a lot of amazing possibilities due to the way this video and the last video has gone. And part of that is about perceiving the changes that are going on. The shifting content, what I'm talking about, the shifting comfortability of what I'm speaking of, and how that is going to impact what it becomes possible in the future. Not just on this channel, but in my everyday life. And I'm beginning to experience some amazing changes in regards to me standing in my truth in my everyday life. And let's just leave it there.